Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of McDuffie Builds. In today's video, we're going to talk about a side hustle that looks easy, but after one rental, I shut it down completely. I tried renting tables and chairs because everyone said it was easy, passive money. I actually rented them out and realized quickly that this wasn't the stress that I was trying to have in my life. Let me tell you 2 lessons that made me walk away completely. If you have a job, a family, or kids like me, then lesson 2 will probably be the one that'll break you. So let me tell you how I got the chairs. I actually needed the chairs for a church event, and I was like, oh, you know what? After I buy these chairs off Facebook Marketplace, what I can do is start a side hustle renting tables and chairs. In theory, it seems like a side hustle that would be low maintenance, that wouldn't cost you a lot of time and energy and stress. But again, I was completely wrong. So I had created a Facebook Market listing on Marketplace. And to be completely honest, I had several people reach out about renting these tables and chairs. But for me, it just wasn't worth the time. So to be clear, I had several people reach out on Facebook Marketplace about renting out the chairs. And after doing it one time, I realized very quickly that this wasn't for me. So before we jump into the 2 lessons, let me do this breakdown for you. Hey, what's going on, y'all? EJ interrupting the video real quick. You know one thing that sucks? 95% of the people that watching this video right now are not subscribed. Hey, it's quick, it's easy, it's fun. Just click the button right here. Yes, click that button and join McDuffie Builds. Join the community. Now back to the video. So let me break down how much I actually made in that one move. A young lady needed some chairs. I never asked what type of event it's going to be because honestly it doesn't matter. So she needed 20 chairs. I was charging $2 a chair for each chair plus a $25 delivery fee. And for me, in the side hustle that I was creating, the delivery fee was non-negotiable. So you had to pay a $25 fee whether you were 5 minutes away from my house or if you were 35 minutes away from my house. And the other thing is that you weren't allowed to pick the chairs up from my house. I had to deliver them to you. So if you did quick math, that was only $65. The other thing is I only had 20 chairs, and so 65 was always going to be the most I could ever make from doing that, unless I upped the price of the chairs, but they were just regular plastic folding chairs, which in my area is the going rate. I may have been able to bump it up to $2.50 or maybe $3, but again, just the cost versus time value just wasn't there for me. Here's lesson number 1. It takes way more communication than most people even talk about. The moment that someone reaches out, you're asking about what time they need the chairs, what day they need the chairs, how many chairs do they need, what day do you want to pick them up, all of those things. That back and forth alone is mentally draining, and not to mention I'm doing it on Facebook Messenger, and so some folks aren't as active on Facebook Messenger, so there could be days in between communication or even weeks in between communication depending on when they need the chairs, and that back and forth alone was just too much for me. Here's lesson number 2. You don't control the schedule, the customer does. With renting tables and chairs, it's not like hauling for me. I have to coordinate the time, I have to drop the chairs off, I have to pick the chairs up, and if they decide to add another day, then I'm also responsible for doing that. And it's just too much to be able to set my schedule around my family, my other side hustles, and everything else that I got going on in my life. And when I looked at the money versus the time spent delivering, gas, unloading, loading, the communications back and forth, for me, it just wasn't worth it. And that's when I realized that this side hustle did not fit my life, my current lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad side hustle. For some folks, this side hustle may work, but for me, where I'm at currently, it just didn't work. The time and the communication and the energy spent into trying to rent out tables and chairs just wasn't worth it for me. So if peace matters, your time matters, your flexibility matters, this may not be the side hustle for you. And for me, renting out tables and chairs just cost me too much of my time and my peace. So I scrapped it and moved on. And that's what this channel is all about. Moving around, tinkering, breaking stuff, fixing stuff, trying stuff. And so if you are interested in any of those things and you are interested in some of the side hustles that I'm doing and you want the real honest truth, then join me on McDuffie Builds, because that's what this channel is all about. If you've ever tried a side hustle that you maybe you've seen online or that someone told you about and it didn't work out for you, drop down in the comments section. I'd love to hear some of your wins and some of your losses around side hustles that you tried. And we'll catch you in the next one. All right, bye.